Folks, hello and welcome to Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse Special Edition. Special time, special guests, and I'm wearing my special shirt.
And I
No,
am wearing one of my new artwork shirts
yeah,
right
listen,
there.
we're not doing Hawaii 5-0, we're not doing Magnum. We are, however, going to be talking about gangbusters.
Yes.
So,
Yoo-hoo.
and I didn't have any gangbusters
We will be
appropriate.
talking to the bald men of Wizard Tower Games.
I mean, I guess do I have a? I guess I could break out my.
That's a nice fedora, by the way. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
damn
I,
it.
I could be one of the Irish mopes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, that's right. What am I? I don't have a hat right now.
I don't know, man.
Damn it.
I don't know. Don't
Looks like the game's all here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, I'm the Irish mob.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders. Yeah.
Peaky Blinders.
Oh, we're getting a full room. But by the way, folks, just so you know,
Whoa! Look at all those people.
I know all those people, and we got Fugly. So be careful because if you give them ideas, you never know what's going to show up. Just saying, forewarning.
I may risk losing my.
Everybody
camera
get them thumbs
here,
up.
But remember,
Like the video.
remember yesterday, Eric, that all that noise from the roof.
Yeah.
And after I did the show, I came in here and got whomped on the head because the tiles started coming down while they were working on the roof. You believe that?
Well, that's
So I was sitting here doing this. It's like, bonk. What the? Oh.
all right. So let's get right to the. Veteran wants to know. So the new Gangbusters is out.
You can
Almost. We're on the edge of it. We're on the
We're
edge
going to
of
talk.
it.
We're going to get into this, gentlemen,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about this.
So,
Nothing bad. It's all great news.
No, below me, and that sounds really bad, but sitting beneath me on screen.
That's kind of dirty.
I
you
know who has a
I
shorter
know.
deal because Mark is below Eric and I'm below
Blow.
Glenn.
Blow. What?
I can make a Mike Hunt joke, but then
That's
like,
right.
it would probably kill me. But
Yeah. When I first met Mark, it's like he's lucky he's named Mark. And
That's
not
right.
Mark.
there you go. If you don't know, Mark is Mr. Gangbusters. In a lot of ways, he's Mr. BX, and Don is the facilitator making this stuff happen. So they
That's right.
are a great combination.
So blame those guys.
They're going to be talking about Gangbusters 2E. Are we calling it BX 2E?
Well, sure. Considering there was no such thing as a Gangbusters second edition. Ever.
Well,
Yeah.
now there is.
The previous TSR went from first edition to third edition.
Yeah.
Yes.
That made no sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
A
made
lot
no
of
sense.
things didn't make any sense about TSR back in those days.
And what's weird is if you look at the third edition, the book, they didn't change a damn thing.
No.
Except
well,
put
what
that
it was
one
was a
module in there.
combination.
Yeah, they put that Trouble Brewing in there, so they had you had Lake Run City to play around. But I looked at it and go, this is the same as the box said.
Yep.
Crazy.
Oh, my wife's in the house. Oh,
I
crap.
know.
I gotta watch my language. I can't see this.
She's making. Listen, I'm wearing my cultured Hawaiian shirt. It isn't the bright, the one that screams at you. This is like the undercover Hawaiian shirt. So be happy. Kind of blend in with this one. So, but yeah, that's going to be the topic. So, gentlemen, I mean, listen. I am in this room. I am the least expert at Gangbusters. We have the creator, we have the publisher, and we have Glenn who runs it at pretty much every convention.
And then we have Glenn. What do you do? We can't get rid of him.
What else? You didn't
Can't get rid of him.
Glenn Busters. I mean, you're not going to name it that, right?
Hey,
But,
keep it up, hey, keep it up, or I won't run that Ghostbusters game at the con.
You're trouble. But gentlemen, the floor is yours. So tell us what's going on,
Yeah.
what the time frame is, what the changes are that you told us before the show, and
And you have some announcements.
Okay, Mark, you want me to just real quick, Mark, go over what the status is?
The status of Gangbusters is now it's all done. It's up for printing, and hopefully by end of this month it'll be out. Be all printed out. We have to go down there and sign 100 copies of the hard copies. Then once I'm done signing everything, those can be mailed out. So there's a limited edition number hard copy of hardback. It's going to also have a forward by one of the original authors from TSR,
Yes.
Mark Akers. So if you want that, get one of those hard copies. It's only going to be 100. Once they're gone, they're gone. Not going to print anymore.
We're
I've
not
already
putting
said
soft
one.
cover versions of it. Nothing.
But we also
That's
have
it.
soft cover also.
I already
And then we
claimed the
also have the GM
hardcover.
screen. We have the GM screen also going to be coming out at the same time, and the first source book. It's going to be
Hustler's Guide to
the Hustler's Guide to Rock Junction. And the Hustler's Guide is going to cover more detail about criminal activities, more about the city.
It's kind of like it's sort of like the campaign setting of the game. Is what it is.
Yeah, I'm really anxious to see that one because I wanted to see Rock Junction be filled in more. Other than I got this to work with, but I have to fill in a lot of holes.
Rock Junction's a little bit thicker than that now.
Good.
Yeah.
And the big thing here, and this is kind of like a note for everybody who has done a pre-buy so far. The reason why we are saying we are shipping in late May is that at WizardCon, me and Mark were talking, and fundamentally through the play of the game, Mark got some feedback, and we have decided that there's going to be some fundamental changes to the game, such as with alignment.
Yes.
Mark, you want to real quickly go into that real quick for everybody? We're kind of hit this one at a time.
So I took the alignment system. I was only basic is lawful, chaos, and neutral. So before I had criminal, lawful, and neutral. So I scrapped that out. And what I did, I added type, which is fundamental thing that came from the original Gangbusters was type. Whether you were assimilated, whether you were like blue blood, rich, poor, immigrant, those things like that. That now is in place of your alignment. So immigrants tend to recognize and hang out with more immigrants and have a favorable interaction with them. Just like, blue blood characters hang out and like the rich guys. If you're a farm boy, you tend to recognize other farm boys and hang out with them better.
And fundamentally, if you actually think about alignment when it comes to Gangbusters, and this is just my feedback, alignment with Gangbusters to me is kind of a waste of time to have, because when you think about something, no matter what, good people can do bad things, bad people can do good things.
Right.
And more importantly, it's kind of like, especially in like something like Gangbusters in that era, social status was more important back then than anything. I mean, let's face it, if you were Irish back then, you were looked very much down upon. You're an immigrant, but if you were the blue blood, you were the rich, and so on and so forth. So Mark decided to kind of nix alignment in this. So that's one of the fundamental changes.
It's like, think about it. If you watch some of the older movies, things like that, they always, he's a city slicker. So when he got into town, he recognized other city slickers. But the rich people look at him like, he's just a city slicker. We don't want to deal with him because he thinks he's slicker than everybody else. And the cops automatically recognize him for being a fast-talking crook. And
people have to understand something. These are not arbitrary changes. I know, Glenn, you liked alignment. I can tell by your body language.
The 3-point always worked for me because you can have lawful people who are evil and chaotic people who are good.
Yes, right. But Glenn, keep in mind one thing also. It's your game. You can have alignment in your game.
Have it if you like.
Right.
There's a flexibility aspect where we're going to get into in a little bit. There's some things happening with the game where we're kind of making it your own type thing too.
Just like always.
I mean, I could roll that the alignment thing. I can roll with that. That's no problem, really.
Yeah.
When you see it in play, you'll realize it's for the better. It works out better overall. It more aligns with the original Gangbusters.
And this is the reason. And this is the reason why we're putting the game out a little bit weaker, a week and a half later than we wanted, because when you remove something fundamental like alignment out of the game, it's not as simple as just yanking alignment, because alignment touches so many different aspects of the rules. We have to make sure that not only is alignment removed from the rule set, but all of the sub aspects of alignment are removed. So all the things that they touch, and when we remove them, they have to make sense. So we have to fill the gap, so to speak.
Okay. Mike says, a great game rescued from obscurity by Mark. This is amazing.
Thank you.
Yes, Mark has done a hell of a good job on this game.
Thank you. We've all owe you a debt.
Unless
you don't like the game.
I like playing. That's my key. If I like it, I'm gonna put it out there.
Cool.
And I looked at the fundamental systems on like page 60 where it says you can almost try anything, and I added that factor in there. That's also part up in the rules too. That's so you have a little bit more wiggle room in how you have people attempt things. So that's in there also. So it's basically I took BX and I took a little closer look at how I can make it. So this is like the definitive version that you got this. You can play it for the next 20 years off these rules and be able to just add to it and make it more universal where you can slot in things you need or disregard what you want. You know, one of the things about BX is it was a lot of optional stuff like weapon damage. And technically, when you roll damage, it's all D6. That's what the rule. And rules as written is D6. Optional D8, D10, that's an option. It's not how you normally do it. It's all D6. So I added those things in there so you have different options so you can tailor it how you want. And when you see how things put together and works, it'll all start to make sense as you have the basic game. You can run everything you want. You don't need any other supplements. But as the more supplements you have, allows you to fine tune the games to where this is exactly what I like. This is how things work.
And this is gonna be one of the fundamental things we do because we're implementing a thing called adventure packs into this. And what adventure packs are is they're going to be little packs, 5 or 6 pages only, and they're going to be basically little one-shot adventures, if you will, where you can implement them, and then as you collect them, you can combine them and make larger things happen with them. You can mix and match them and such. Mr. Gunn, I don't understand your question. You said you went to Wizard Top, or you went to WTG, but cannot find the game on the website.
He's looking under games. It's not there.
Oh, you have to look under shop. Go to store. Go to Wizard Top website.
I just sent the link that will take him to the right spot.
Yep. And then, can you highlight Rob's comment real quick? Because Rob says, so the trick to removing alignment without having to do a total rewrite is considered evil, threatening to do the character and their ethos and good a boon to the. Yes, and that's the thing. Alignment touches so many things in the game, so we just want to make sure it's done right. It's done smooth. We don't want people going, you made a mistake here.
Put it this way: there's a type. You can your character can be lawful, or neutral, without having to put it on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, what you can do on your character is not written down on your paper 9 times out of 10. It's how you play your character, and the GM allows you to do things. It's BX. Learn to say yes and make odd changes. But it's there if you want it, or it's optional if you don't want it.
It's interesting
you see how types are written and how things they flow into the system. You'll see why these changes were made, especially when I get to the horror supplement, mob versus monsters. You'll see how that affects play and how you'll be like, oh, I see why these things happen as they go along.
Totally forgot what I was going to say. Alignment to me is what's interesting is you call them types, and talking about like assimilated immigrant, all that stuff. That's what I use for ethnicity. I call it ethnicity in Gangbusters, because that was not in the original rules. But if you look into like Trouble Brewing, they're all got this guy's Jewish, this guy's black, this guy's assimilated, and they were doing the same thing. And to me, that's just a marker for the character. and easy.
It's a guide. Yeah, it's just a basic.
Yeah.
Okay, he's Irish. Fine.
But see, that also comes into play when you go to question people and get different information.
That's right.
Well, and plus it allows people to. I think what this does is it adds more of a role play aspect to it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
In more of a pure sense.
You can
And
always
it's
use
also
that.
mechanical. You could also use it's more role play, and it's also more mechanical. It's how can I say it functions as a dual purpose. It's like quote unquote your quote unquote race or where your background, your upbringing is part of your how you behave, also on how you are accepted. It's a dual kind of feel. Say for instance, if you have a city slicker and he's out in the countryside, he's going to stand out like a sore thumb, no matter what he does, because he doesn't fit. Take a country boy and put him in downtown New York. He's lost. It's just how he fits. And that's more role play element that you can.
Yeah, that's the role play aspect that we're trying to put in this new edition.
Amen. I'm all for that.
Yeah. And like I said, it's just something different. Once you see, and we use it, do a couple demos, things like that, you'll be like, that's why this is here. This is why this works. And it's just something different. And everyone like normal. We're humans. We don't like change.
You take alignment out of there. I'm waiting for the really gatekeeping kind of, uptight people going, you took out alignment? Well, it's not BX then. Yeah. Yes, it is. We don't need it.
Good in there. They complain. And those kind of people, 9 times out of 10, won't buy the game anyway.
True.
Well, and not only that, but 9 times out of 10, people who gripe like that anyways really don't even play alignment to begin with, like alignment should be played within the game.
Yep.
So,
alignment was just a marker. That's
exactly.
It's a shorthand for the GM, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, consider, what type of campaign we're going to play. Like have the 5. All right, we're going to play a cop campaign. All right, then I expect everyone to be cops of some sort.
Yeah.
We're going to play a reporter campain. You can be, a crooked one or whatever, how you want to play it.
Neutral. You can be neutral. Yeah.
You can be neutral, or you can be a crook, or spin master, however you want to do it.
Right.
We're going to play detective, play it how you want.
And there's another fundamental aspect of this that anyone who is like upset over alignment being removed, if you are upset about that, then how about this? Use alignment. That's the flexibility of the game. I mean, it's like anything D&D wise, anything. I have things I remove from my games that maybe Glenn says no, they absolutely have to be in there, and vice versa. That's the flexibility of role playing, and that's I think the reason why role playing is still around 50 years after it began.
Well, Rob made a good point here about he mentioned he went back to D&D, but he was using the clone swords and wizardry, which does not have any alignment. Yeah. They totally jettison the alignment, and it works fine.
Yeah.
It works fine. So, there's the proof.
Yep.
But, fine.
Zachary says, do a demo on stream, a live play of the new stuff, explaining as you go. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I really think that's a good idea. And I think that the idea is let's get the game out and let's start doing some live streams like that and showing people what this game is capable of. Because I really think that I as a publisher, I see a lot of stuff thrown across my desk. This is so well done and so well thought out. I mean, this is not, and I hate to use, I'm not trying to demonetize, but this is not half-assed in any way. Right. Mark really put some thought into this. He did. I mean, really put some thought into this. So, and I'm going to tell you right now, guys, that guy right there, he lives and breathes Gangbusters. He's not joking. He knows the game inside and out.
Well, Mark, if you ever want to come over to my house and watch a whole bunch of gangster movies, you're welcome to do it. I've got plenty. Right. All kinds of that, film noir, you name it.
I probably can quote them with you.
Yeah. I mean, I've got the original, the Untouchables over there that I pull out every once in a while.
They're over there too.
Well, yeah. Scott Mulder, real quick, made a good point. He said at WizardCon during the Timcast experience, which, by the way, the Timcast experience was a classic AD&D.
Yeah.
He said alignment never came up. We were all just on the express elevator to hell. But the thing, that's my whole point. I mean, you got someone like Tim Kask who's so ingrained in the game system because he was part of it,
Right.
and alignment never came up.
I
So
can say over the last couple of years, I've never been in the game. What's your alignment? I've never asked that because it didn't matter. It's how you portrayed your character.
Yeah.
And the consequences of whether or not the law came after you didn't matter if you're lawful. If you did something stupid, well, you went to jail.
Yeah.
That's right.
And keep in mind one thing, this is a multi-part game. I mean, you've got the core rules that Mark did, and now we also have Rock Junction. This is going to be it is on the larger size of a manual size, I would call it. It's got a massive full color map that's going to come with it. So big map, and then the adventure packs that are going to be associated with it are going to be sub maps of blocks and neighborhoods. So those are going to be also coming up here starting this weekend on pre-order. And the reason why we're offering pre-order is this: when you have a $40,000 paper order roll in, like happened today, you got to be able to put some product out. So we want to get the product out there as soon as possible. But the pre-orders, keep in mind one thing: you get it now, you get it cheaper. If you want to wait till after it's physically out, you're going to pay more money.
Well, that's the way it usually works. Yeah.
Yep. But that's the whole point. That's the reason why we're pushing the pre-orders. You're going to see starting this weekend. In fact, it will be starting tomorrow, Saturday. You're going to see adventure packs. Grab them up while you can, because I'm going to tell you right now, Mark is even getting hit out of the blue out of this. He doesn't even know this. When it comes to adventure packs, we're putting a limited edition out of each one, and they're gone. They're gone. We're done. Moving on to the next one. We're not just going to do an infinite roll. So we're going to do 250 adventure packs of each type. When they're gone, guess what? You missed out. Go buy the next one.
So go to eBay and find them.
Exactly.
Yeah,
pretty much. Folks, by the way, I did put a shortened link up. So if you go to tenkars-tavern.game/gangbusters, should be easy enough to remember. It'll take you right to the Wizard Tower game store, right to the page where you can grab Gangbusters. So,
thank you, Eric. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Nice.
Listen, my job tonight is to be the Wizard of Oz behind the screen.
And as the publisher, I am telling everybody something here right now. We are good to go now. The game is done. We're just doing some basic modifications to make sure everything is right, because we don't want to put a crap product out. Right. So the game will be shipping in May. Yes, it will be. We're good to go. We got paper. We got ink. We got new offices I'm sitting in right now.
Oh, boy.
All of that. We're good to go. We're taking this shit seriously. And we're bringing
it's going to come out. You're going to go to North Texas. I'm never going to see you because you'll be sleeping.
Oh, no. I sleep very little. I sleep very little, Glenn. I'm literally go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, up at 5.
I'm sorry. I've been there.
I'm cursed like that.
And I got to say thank you to all the guys on the Gangbuster Facebook page. If you're not on it, join. We got some great content. It's always added. We always have some great discussions.
Awesome group of guys.
I started that forum a few years ago, and I didn't think
anything was
going to happen. Yeah, I started the Gangbusters RPG. Yeah, shortly after I met Mark, shortly after I talked to Mark. And I started up and said, there's not going to be very many. I'm surprised at how many posts we get on there that really give you great, fodder for adventures based on history and prohibition and everything. I mean, these guys, they go all out. I mean, they're really up on it. I was really surprised.
Mr. Gunn says, order placed, check, money spent, check, wife annoyed, spent more money, RPGs, check. Oh, come on. You just look at your wife and say, honey, you are the most beautiful woman that a man can be blessed with. Just don't look at the credit card statement.
Mr. Gunn, start at least a RPG podcast, if not a vidcast. Yeah. That way you can claim it as research. That's what I did. I got a huge collection of games. You have to have so many research. I can't help but they keep sending them to me.
And Mr. Gunn, if you need me to talk to your wife for you, I'll tell her that it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It didn't cost that much.
It wasn't D&D. Technically.
I'll even lie for you and say I gave you a discount, or not lie. I will stretch the truth. Excuse me.
There is a discount.
Until it breaks.
Yes.
Well, like I say, I'm glad you guys like the Facebook group. Is everything time you comment, like something like that, you guys help make it great.
Yeah.
The engagement is awesome. I love it. It's great.
Yep. And I want to say something real quick as a publisher here. I want to personally say thank you to Glenn and Eric. They have been huge advocates of this game. And I also want to say thank you to everybody who has did an order, who dropped me an email, gave me feedback, asked questions. Thank you. We really appreciate that, because without you guys, we're just nothing. We're not going to do nothing. There's not going to be any more Gangbusters expansions. There's not going to be any adventure packs without you folks. And your guys' generosity by trusting us, trusting Wizard Tower Publishing with this, it means a lot to me. It really does.
Well, I'm telling you, you're going to be a little too late for it this year, but I'm hoping next year at North Texas, you guys get nominated for a Three Castles award.
I'm expecting to come down next year. I'm going to try my best.
What is
it?
What's the Three Castles award? Tell them, Eric.
So the Three Castles, Bad Mike should be the one saying it.
Yeah,
it is the Three Castles Award is an award. It is an actual, not life size. It's a really large statuette model. I believe Diesel's the one that does it.
There's
and
three
it's awarded
castles on it. One
it's awarded for game design. So you'll have 5 luminaries of gaming. The generally really some of the originals that will get products to review, and I think this year Dragon Slayer's in the mix. God, what else? I should know because I saw the list up on North Texas. There's always 5 finalists. So, but it isn't a popularity contest.
Yeah, a few years ago, I was rooming with Greg Gillespie, and he won it that year.
Nice.
So yeah, that it's.
You mean once there's an award? Wait a minute, there's a set of awards that are done on actual merit and not favoritism. Holy crap! That's right. Never mind. This is NTX. They do it right. I keep forgetting. Bad Mike's behind this.
I think of the Three Castles Award versus the Ennies is the Ennies are the Oscars. The Three Castles Award is the Golden Globes.
I got a question that someone asked on there. They want to know what's coming up. Of course, we have the core rule book, and the Hustler's Guide to Rock Junction.
Yep.
Of course, the GM screen. That's what's
GM
coming out now. That's our first. Get you through
Very
the door.
important.
Get you up and going. Next core book that I want to do. There's like 3 or 4 of them that's in the pipeline. We'll see how things go. There's a Mob versus Monsters. This is the horror version of it. The add-on.
Yeah, but there's also the immediate releases, Mark, though, we got to let them know about. They're going to be the adventure packs, too.
Well, the adventure pack's coming. But I was going to be, that was at the end. It's like, this is excluding any modules or adventures.
Gotcha.
Then we're going to have those added on to it. Then I have a Hong Kong supplement that I'm working on. It's almost done.
Oh, that's what I'm waiting on. Boom, yes.
It's got Big Trouble Little Chinatown meets Gangsters.
Yes.
And what about the 80s supplement?
Then there's the 1980s.
The Miami Vice.
The Miami Vice.
Yeah, I say YouTube.
All these are compatible with the original rules. You can sub in, and there's things you can use from out of all of them in your game. It's like the 1980s is going to have, like most of these add-on supplements may have 1 or 2 additional classes that fit that era away, but you can also use them in the regular game.
You too can play Magnum PI.
The pulp version also, the Cloak Vigilantes. So you can play that, like the Shadow and things like that. So there's going to be a few things coming up.
For those of you individuals out there who are more of a tactile kind of guy or gal,
come feel me. No.
Minis are coming.
Damn.
Minis, not just
cardboard. Minis. Wow. 3D printed minis. on our large formats we're going to come out with an initial set of 12 minis. That's going to be the initial set. You can buy them one at a time or buy the set. And if they are popular, and by the way, this is totally up to the customers, if the gamers out there buy them and they like them, then we will come out with another set of 12. And so we're going to come out with blocks of 12 at a time, and those will not be pre-buy. These will be when they're out, they are out. They're not going to be limited edition or nothing like that. Don't get me wrong. So don't worry about that. But these are going to be the classic mobsters, cops, and I hate to use the term, sorry, but it's the way it goes. The old, we were going to have the ladies of the evening with the 32 caliber strapped to the thigh type thing. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of really cool stuff. And when the monsters come out, we're going to have the monsters themed. Joe, no, we will not be. And the reason why is because right now there is a Wizard Tower OGL. It is at, you're going to have into the back of the book. We're not going to be we're giving peaceful people basically an open commercial license to do good do your own game product for it. You just got to include our license in your game product if it's for retail. But when it comes to minis and figures like that, it's going to be exclusive. We're not going to sell the STLs. There is far too much room for abuse with the STLs on that. That is a fact.
Plus, we also want to do some T-shirts and items like that. Also, some branded stuff. So if you want to, walk around saying that you support Gangbusters, so your friend go, hey, wait a minute, I haven't seen that game in 20 years. Well, this way you can go buy it.
And Mark knows about this, and I don't know if you know, Glenn, which I'll mention to you real quick because I know you do some stuff. We actually now have a DTF printer. So for those of you who don't know what DTF is basically, it's the ability to take a full color image and put it on a shirt. So like if you want like full color, like graphics blowing, like crazy wild neon colors, DTF will do it. Thank you very much to the local DDA and their veterans grant program.
That's a new one on me, but that's all right. I approve. Yeah. I approve.
I'm approved of this.
And Glenn, I will help you out if you need DTF done.
Okay, thank you. I'm working with Printify right now, but I could always use something a little more versatile. Let me put it that way.
Yes. Well, Mr. Gunn said, Don, we know what DTF means, especially good with OPP.
Well, like for instance, you guys know that we have various venture modules and things like that. That's going to come out. We're going to give a lot of support. That's why I'm trying to make these source book supports, because right now, even before this, I've created more stuff than the original TSR has.
He has, trust me. Don't ever ask the guy to say, hey, can you send me what you got? Don't ever ask him that question, because he'll do it. Then you're sitting there waiting for 45 minutes while it keeps going, incoming email, bing, 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 bing. It's like, good Lord, this man never stopped. That's a good thing, though. I'll take it as a publisher.
Yeah, T-shirt with a BX.
You mean your BX cover for the book of Gangbusters?
There is a merch line coming. Yes.
Yeah.
But I will be frank and honest here. I'm just going to be blunt here with everybody. And I admit my own fault when I have it. One of the biggest problems I've had is I say I'm going to get something done, and because I'm only a one-man show, I don't get it done. That makes me look bad, and I don't like doing that. So the shirt aspect and the merch line is going to be held off until we can get some people hired.
That's fine.
Which we are actively working on doing, because for now on, if I tell you it's going to be coming at the end of June, you're going to be able to bank on the fact that it's coming the end of June. We're going back to the way it should be.
Nice. Fist bump. Boom.
You're welcome. Thank you.
That is great. Yeah, I can understand you're holding off on the merch. You want to get this thing going first.
Yeah, we want to get the books out. That's our number one goal. Get the books out, signed, and gone. Because once you guys have it, you guys can have so many questions, so many different ways, stuff you want to see. We want to be able to provide that without waiting like a back. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to do Tall Tales. If there's a call for it, I will do Tall Tales, which is the BX Western I did. If you guys
But
want
as a
That's a good-
publisher, guys, real quick, important to understand something, guys. As a publisher, this is so vitally important. I know that everybody has their stuff that they're really passionate about, but you have to understand, for us to do something like Mark is right, and that's exactly what I'm getting at. For us to do something like a new line, okay, like the Western version, yeah, we might have 3 or 4 people saying I want it. We can't just go off of that. You got to let us know. Like, we got to know that that's what you want. So don't be shy. Go into the Gangbusters groups and say, Don, Mark, I want this, and let us know, because we have to know that there's an ability behind it in order to do it, because it costs a lot of money to do this, guys. It really does. And it's not a horn touting, but just to get Gangbusters up and operational, and by the time you get done with paper and all that, you're kicking at about 25 grand right forward before you've even sold a damn book. And we've been lucky because of grants, because of the VA and the Small Business Administration and all that, but those only go so far because we have to demonstrate now. So, and we've been really good. By the way, all supported Gangbusters. Oh, thank you very much. You've been hugely supportive. You made it happen for us.
And Don, I'll have a T-shirt for you at the con.
Thank you very much, and I'll happily
You're
take it.
welcome. It came in today. I go,
like I said,
I didn't order this.
you guys have done great to support, great getting the word out. Tell your friends, people you play with, say,
yeah.
Just sign up, even if you just say, you know what, follow the page. The more numbers we have on that draws more people, and the more you get on it just once a week and go, hey, what about this, and this? Like stuff. The more integrate stuff we say, okay, we have an active fan base who wants the product and they're willing to buy the product.
And the Zatron says, or asks, so is there other physical print? Then another print will be PDFs. Okay, on the pre-orders, this is the way pre-orders go. PDFs are separate. You got to buy them separate. But if you do a pre-order, PDFs are the bonus that comes with it also. So if you ever want a PDF definitively with your work, buy the pre-order. Other than that, if you wait, PDF is going to be an extra amount of money. It's going to be extra.
Get me some PDFs so I can do the review up right.
I will get you hooked up. Not a problem at all.
Yeah. Okay. I have to resurrect that video series anyway.
There you go.
Start out with a good review of Gangbusters BX.
What do you mean, Mr. Gunn? You say says purchase of the original version, or you mean like the first edition? Is that what you're talking about? I'll tell you about that. That can be no reprint. That's part of the deal I have.
Yep.
That cannot be reprinted. I can't do it.
And also keep in mind one thing, that this is published via Wizard Tower Publishing. There is a license with this. For those of you who are going to be making product to go sell on DriveThruRPG or through your own publishing company or whatnot, you are welcome to do that, but you have to conform to the Wizard Tower Games open game license. You must conform to that. So it's very important to understand that.
Have you got any feedback about doing like third-party stuff for Gangbusters?
What do you mean by third party?
I mean, like another publisher compatible with Gangbusters BX. You know how they used to do in TSR.
Well,
listen, like somebody publishing under your OGL. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. That's the reason why we have it, because what we want is we want people to publish their ideas. But but the reason why we have a license is because we just want to make sure that the brand is protected for those who publish.
I just wondered if you had any feedback on that yet, and people. So
not yet. Not yet. We do not. But like Rob Conley says, Joe Stone says, does the license allow for actual plays? What do you mean by that? To clarify real quick.
And I can probably fill that one in. Remember with the OGL 2.0, WotC wanted to control actual plays. They were like, "Oh no, if you're gonna do an actual play, we get a percentage of your monies."
Oh, I got you. Okay, quick answer is this.
Oh, okay.
Joe, if you are your own publishing company, let's just say, okay, and you want to come out with Gangbusters, like as an example, you want to come out with a module. That's your baby. As long as you conform to our license, we don't charge you nothing. There's not a fee. We don't get a percentage, anything like that. The only thing you cannot do is you cannot come out with like Gangbusters 3.0. You can't make an entire new rule set. But if you want to come out with Gangbusters 3.0, you can contact me and Mark. We're happy to sit down with you and talk and listen to you. But anything new product-wise, as far as a new edition, will always go through Wizard Tower Publishing. If that answers your question. Maybe I don't know if it does.
It seems pretty straightforward.
Mr. Gunn says, Mark, I'm at the original Wizard Tower Games version. Your version is a true measure or vote for additional Gangbusters content. Vote with your wallet. Exactly. Help us out. If you buy it,
Gangbusters.
you support it. Also, Rob says something about POD down here, Mark or Eric. He says, Don, even us POD and PDF guys, there's a little. Can you?
There is a time cost for any type of project.
Yes, there is.
Yes.
And the thing is we're trying to make the license very open-ended because we know that there's people out there, like Glenn as example, who's very passionate about it. And, I want Glenn to be able to put out content that where he can benefit financially from it. Sure, we're not going to benefit directly financially from it, but by Glenn publishing content, he's helping us because he's keeping the idea behind it alive. George Lucas was famous, and this is my mentality behind it. There's a lot of people who make illegal Star Wars models. They're called garage kits, okay? George Lucas was asked one time, how come you don't sue these people? They're taking your X-Wings and they're making garage kits and all this, and they're doing all this. And like Lucas said, what's that?
They were kit bashing, basically.
Yeah, but Lucas made a good point. George goes, without all those guys building these kits in their garage and selling them on eBay, those guys help keep interest alive in our product, our movies, and keeps the dream going. And that's my thought. And I know if me and Marcus had, I'm not speaking for Mark, Mark's talking about this a lot. Me and Mark's idea behind this is that by people like Glenn publishing content on Drive-Thru-RPG, or Rob Conley, or Joe Stone, or Mr. Gunn, what you're doing is, yes, we're taking our quote-unquote percentage off of it, but you're helping keep the Gangbusters dream alive. You're keeping the game alive. So you're helping us indirectly.
Yeah, because you might produce that out for people that never run across my page or know who I am. So they go, oh, so let's now go get this book because I have this book.
Yes.
A lot of that is about, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My ultimate dream is be able to have, like people running at conventions. So they go, okay, whether you're what we call a world boss, or whether you're a gang leader, whatever you're doing, you go in. People can't wait for you to show up and run the game, and so you guys can influence more people to want to play the game.
Yeah,
that is what I like. The easiest way to do it, you guys be the number one cheerleader. If you're not passionate about it, why should they be passionate about it? Play the game. Yeah. Tell your friends, family, whatever you got to do, play the game, enjoy it. They go, oh man, it sounds like fun. I want to try it. And before you know it, it's spread.
Yeah, and what Mark, and you have to understand, me and Mark are two different facets here. Mark is the creator. This is Mark's baby. I'm the publisher. We have the same goal, but we have two different thought processes to this whole thing. And with me, the way I look at this is that, I want Gangbusters to be successful because not only we want to make money naturally, but also I've been gaming since 1977. I have a passion for gaming. I want to see people out there doing it. I want to see these young kids out there not playing 5.5. I want to see them playing the newer version of Gangbusters and realizing that there's a bigger world out there than just Dungeons and Dragons.
That's right. That is right. Don't worry, guys. I only do the art. I don't publish anything. Something like
Well,
that.
when you see the horror version, what I've done with that and how things like that, you're like, wait a minute. There's a lot more better ways to do horror than just Cthulhu.
That's right.
You're going to see some different thoughts, different ideas, and different approaches. It's a lot more hammer horror, a lot more, noir than just
Cthulhu
I
Busters.
lose my insanity.
Nice.
A lot more things are going to happen.
Yep. And there is a lot more that's going to happen. There's not only Gangbusters in play. We're not going to get into it. We can't get into this right now. But me and Mark have another project in line that's massive. And, it's really cool stuff out there. It's a big world out there. And you just got to be able to go out there and present it. And you never know. You never know where
you guys won't believe what's coming. Yep. That's all I got to say.
A lot of cool stuff is coming down the pipe. And Roger, how you doing, my friend? Roger Ribis. This guy right here, by the way, is doing a convention in New York. Go to his page.
Central New York time.
Yep. Yeah. First convention. Roger, hold on to your underwear, because boy, oh boy, are you getting ready to have the proverbial, as Jim Wampler said, your cherry's going to get popped in a big way like mine did about a month ago. Wow. And boy, was it. Hold on to your pants. But it's a ball when it's done. You're going to look back and you're going to be like, I'm addicted to this now. I got to do a number 2 convention.
Well, there's WizardCon 2 coming up, so.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But Roger says, what? There are other games out there other than D&D. Isn't that amazing? There is, believe it or not.
I never would have thought.
Yeah, never
would have thunk it.
Now, WizardCon, you said it's going to be in Battle Creek this next year.
Battle Creek, yes, which is about 25 miles east of Kalamazoo.
Okay, good. I think I talked my wife into letting me go because I told her I'd bring her back some cereal.
Excellent.
But I might want to, do they still have the Kellogg Sanitarium there? I don't know.
They do not, but they got the Kellogg Museum.
Oh, really?
Yes,
wow.
They do. It's now the Dole Federal Center also.
Oh, okay.
The what?
The Dole Federal Center is the sanitarium.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought they left it up just for tourists.
So that's where they used to give
they
people.
Still have it there. They're still going there.
Yep. They'd feed people methamphetamine and give them oatmeal enemas and say they're cured of insanity. No, I can't say that.
That's for me.
Yep, I've never done meth, and trust me, the oatmeal enema didn't help me a bit. But
was it with raisins and cinnamon?
I never tried that.
Yeah,
honey, got any oatmeal?
Syrup or something like that. Yeah. Oh, but I'm sorry, wrong end. Anyway, WizardCon's gonna. I can already tell WizardCon's gonna be great.
Does anybody got any Gangbuster related questions?
We tried. Yes, any Gangbuster related questions.
Anything about Gangbusters, anything. Ask me.
Also, along with Gangbusters, for Mr. Hunt here next to me, does anybody have anything game-wise that they would like to see published by me and Mr. Hunt? And real quick, I got to tout another individual's horn that's in this chat, and he is not talking at all tonight. That gentleman right there in the corner, Mr. Eric Tenkar, and Mr. Veralt, who is not here right now, is coming out with Blades and Arcana Core, which is the Blades and Arcana game, but wildly expanded, and I had the pleasure of publishing that. So, like Mark said, anybody got any questions about any ideas for any other games? Questions about Gangbusters? Questions, folks. We're here to answer.
Questions.
I'm assuming in the book you have you elaborated? I remember I have a print from Mark that never made it to the first print.
Yeah.
But you had a section on car chases.
Yes, that's in
And
there.
okay,
Yep.
I'm real curious to see how you guys handle it. That's
And
all.
the hustler. Remember, the hustler's guide to Rock Junction. It's got your hustle, doing how to pull hustles, how to run
Yep.
more stuff. It's more elaborated. There's small sections
Yep.
in the core book. Remember, get core book. Then, as the other one, the hustler guide is more details into all the criminal activities, more stuff. While you can just play the core rules and be fine.
Yep.
If you want to go, you can add as much as you need
Yep.
out the other book.
And real quick, Rob Conley, thank you very much. You and Kellyanne were awesome. Tina really wants to get with all the ladies next time, and I apologize to the men right now. My wife is going to corrupt the living hell out of your wives.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, she's going to. And it's not going to involve strip clubs or nothing. This is like really innocent such, but it's going to involve tea and Indian food and other cool
Shopping.
stuff like that. Knock yourselves out. I'll be at WizardCon Gaming.
The Zatteran's got a question about
Yes,
Gangbusters.
it,
Why don't
it
you put
does.
that up?
And the hustler's guide, which is more detailed things about running criminal enterprises and how even starting a gang and how that's done and expanded. You'll find rules for that. If you remember in the original rules, they even had how to run bookies and how those different things.
I remember.
When you go into the game, that's in there. Well, it's not a spreadsheet level, but you'll be able to do what you need to do to run the game.
Well, you know, I'm still hoping you kept that one chart in there that was supposed in D&D it would be a turning, but in here it's roughing people up.
Yep.
And that's one of my favorite charts in there, a roughing up chart based on turning undead.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
And he is sorry.
It's going to be there's going to be one for reporters also called Stop the Presses. So you'll be able to just do, reporter-based stuff will be more in detail. As like I said, as we sell more products, things like that, we'll see their need, and we'll add these things to it eventually. They'll all be coming. Yeah. So if you guys buy it, support it, I'll keep
into
my files and bringing it out.
I'm going to push this just like what he's doing. I'm going to echo him every time he says it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all up to you. If you purchase it and you support it, we will support you by putting product out. We would, trust me, I would love to put more and more and more and more and more out. So again, tomorrow, check it out. And I will be posting links, and Mark will too, in the Gangbusters thread and on the Wizard Tower Games publishing pages. We're going to show you guys a chance to get your pre-buys done on a lot of other product that's coming up. And that product will be shipping in the 1st of June.
The beta rules are in the core book. Extended add-on and additional items or stuff will be in the Hustler Guide. So yes, you'll be able to do everything in the game, run businesses, run all that stuff like that out the core book.
Yeah.
It's all there. But the additional supplement books allows you to expand upon that and do more. You can run it like that. It's just more detail, more like they talk about Rock Junction in the core book. Get one or two couple pages. This, you get dozens and dozens of pages. So you learn more information.
What's a good chance of what's your connections of getting this game, this version into game stores?
They are going in game stores. We are actually right now, along with the standard stuff that we as a publisher are expanding into, such as like Apple, Barnes & Noble, Amazon, not Amazon as in they're publishing it, Amazon as we are the publisher, we're shipping. We also are dealing with 2 distributors right now, and one of the distributors is a nationwide distributor. The problem with distributors is this. A lot of people don't get how this goes. You just don't say, will you carry my product? They say yes. You have to give them copies of it. They look at it, they review it, they make sure it's not cheap ass junk. And then you go into a period of where they'll say, what's our minimums? What's our MOQ? Minimum order quantity. And then they set up they'll buy 2,000 copies initially. and then you're available nationwide to whatever stores that they distribute to. So yes,
That's good.
it'll be available nationwide. Happily.
Good.
Yes.
By the way, Bob Gnarly, thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Well,
let me
that's
ask you a
great
question
because
real quick.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, there's Canadians. You can go run Canadians and flappers. Yes, you can do that. Roll Canada, please. That's all that's in there. Yep, you can play feds. Yes.
Yep.
And Steven, we'll talk about that. We can work about that reporter stuff. You know, send me a message and we'll go from there.
And there's something important that people have that I need to address real quick about international. There was a thing that happened the other day. We had an individual from Australia who said, "Holy shit, I want to buy the game, but I just can't pay the shipping involved from shipping from the US." So we have a solution to this. What we're going to do is to make it more available internationally. We're going to have Amazon POD available. As much as I despise it, strictly for the reasoning behind that is for those people who are in, Australia, Indonesia, Japan, wherever,
Or
you
even
can
Canada.
order it. Canada, yes. So you can order it and you can get it from Amazon. They POD and ship it to you. So instead of paying $48 shipping, you're paying $3.50.
Or Prime, you're paying nothing.
Or Prime, you're getting nothing. Exactly. So
Right.
I'm not a fan of Amazon POD or KDP, but we're going to do it for our international customers.
Well, it could be
And
worse.
help
It could
you
be
out.
drive-throughs. POD.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
that's good because I'm always hearing from my Canadian friends what a pain it is with shipping going up to Canada.
I agree fully.
And well, Amazon's got a presence in Canada, so they shouldn't have a problem there. But yeah, I can understand how the POD is kind of dicey. That's why I didn't ask if you were going to be on Lulu.
No.
Good. In
No.
a word, no. Okay.
No.
Looks like you got the distribution all nailed down too. At least
This has taken a long time, and this is another thing I've been doing is people have noticed I've been quiet. I have not been putting out product. I have not been doing that, and I've not been doing that not because I have lack of product.
Mhm.
It's because, again, we go right back to that what I was talking about earlier tonight. I don't want to be anymore that guy who says it's coming out June 1st and June 30th. People are going, where's it at? I want you to be able to say, Wizard Tower Games said it's coming out June 5th. I know June 5th is coming out. So I just took a step back, took a deep breath and said, okay, I got my lawyer involved. How are we going to handle this? Help me out here. She involved people who are experienced. I tapped into Eric's ideas.
Mhm.
I went ahead and just started involving people. Chris Clark from Inner City Games. That man is an absolute godsend. He is a hell of a nice man. Helped me with customs, did all that. So yes, I took a step back and I want to make sure, and that's why the infrastructure is set up now. So there's where it's at.
That's good. That's good. I like to see businesses that have that kind of plan in place.
Yeah.
From the get. I mean, there's a lot of Kickstarters out there that could use some of that.
Well, and in all fairness, we're one of them. But we've had some unique challenges because we ran into some issues with an asshole out of North Carolina, what we all know about. So, but those are cured now because guess what? Homie's got a U.S. paper supplier.
Woo-hoo!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, I am excited about strange things, and yes, paper excites me greatly.
It's okay.
My lifeblood. It's like Dracula. Without someone's neck to suck on, you got nothing, man.
Well,
and a pallet of paper, that's my carotid artery.
Go into cons. I learned real fast that paper weighs.
Yes, it does.
Yes, you take 5 game books, my back is breaking.
And did you know a little trivia? Did you know that 1/2 a pallet of 320 GSM on a pallet is 972 pounds and hold on, 982 pounds and 14 ounces.
Wow. I believe that.
Somebody got their workout.
But guess what?
I I would
hard.
do my workout. I'd take like the second edition Hyperborea book in one hand and the Tome of Adventure Design in the other hand, and I just like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
Exactly. Look, guys, me and Mark want to do it right.
I know you guys are great.
And I want to do it right for Mark because there's another aspect here, and that is this. This man sitting next to me trusted me. And he trusted me with something very huge, and that is his dream of Gangbusters. And he deserves for that to be treated with respect and be done right. And I'll be damned if I'm going to screw this up.
Great. Oh, Mark, Christopher DeRoss has a question. Mark, if money were no object, is there anything you would like to see as a BX element, setting, etc.?
Ooh, good question.
If money was no object,
yeah,
Gangbusters. But I haven't achieved it. That was my number one.
Rule. Mark, you can't say Gangbusters. You got to choose something different.
I was going to say,
if I did something different, man.
Yeah, if Trump walked in and handed you a check.
I know what I would choose.
What's that?
Beck me.
Let me see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never played through a full Beck me.
I guess I know what I would pick, but it would probably never happen.
What?
I would love to do it. I mean, because I've been asked probably over the last 10 years, probably thousands of times to do it.
What's that?
Star Frontiers. I've been asked so many times. The amount of times I get asked that, it's almost every other month. Please make Star Frontiers.
I'm going to give you the direct quote by the licensing attorney for Wizards of the Coast to me and my attorney. It's not verbatim, but it is pretty damn close.
Yeah.
It'll never happen.
Exactly. And that's what I keep telling
them. And there's one reason and one reason only. And is Star Frontiers is the only product that they have this golden rule about. And that's because of a certain non-English speaking moron who thinks he's a good tattoo artist and he actually sucks at it. And he's even worse at designing and making games and running a game company. I won't say who his name is.
Initials?
He's the reason why they did not do it. His initials are ASSHOLE.
Hey, that's a good. Well, that's a long initials. Yeah,
but
you're right.
That's exactly. But I've been asked a million times over the years, and I keep telling them no. But I would love to make a science fiction game of it. I would love to do something like Flash Gordon, Buck Rogers.
Man, Flash Gordon. I'm just sitting right here. Flash.
I love that style. I love that style of science fiction. That's just I like old pulp style stuff.
Mr. Woodard, who he sent me the I can't think tonight. Savage World Flash Gordon supplements.
Yeah,
we can actually play Flash Gordon with Savage World.
Understanding they won't be redoing the licensing.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Well, I mean, and the secret of licensed material like that is usually that, and forgive my language, you shoot your load with the initial licensing, and renewing, you're not going to make your money back because the licensor wants to make the same money they made the first time, and you've already done You're not
you've already made the happy dance.
Yeah.
Here's another game that probably never show up. Another science fiction. Remember a while ago? I think it was the Labyrinth Lord Goblin Games did like Time Master, the Time Master, and the Pace Setter stuff.
Yeah, well, here's the license
like this. The one they couldn't get is Star Ace.
Oh, they didn't? Did they?
No, they didn't. In fact, I don't even think they got Chill because I remember
Chill was a separate license because Chill went to Mayfair and went on from there.
Crypt World, which is a clone of that. So
yeah.
and we certainly wouldn't want, what was it? Oh God, what was the one with the Sandman where you could
Sandman, I never
Oh
thought
yeah,
you could win $10,000.
what a screwy game. I like Star East because you had spacefaring polar bears. I thought that was cool. It's like, this is
yeah.
better,
I like,
Chewbacca.
I like sci-fi stuff. That would be good, but probably, good Western would be nice. But there's a couple other things I would just do, but if it's not really money's no object. I mean, this was the game I always wanted to make because I
There you go.
love Gangbusters. I mean, that's why I say it's so hard because that's
You're
what I like.
right.
That's
I mean,
what
if I could do anything and I couldn't do, if I had to choose something sci-fi, I gotta admit, I would do Star Frontiers, but I would do it not with a D100.
Right.
I would do Star Frontiers with a classic D20.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it.
Wow. Incredible.
Wow.
Ron,
I've
I
walked
know,
it out a few
heresy.
times
I
in my
commit
head.
heresy.
I would go.
but yeah, you got your boy right here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. And
And it ain't no joke. It's a lot to put together. I mean, this is not a simple game to do and put together and lay out. I mean, this is a very technical layout to do.
I can imagine. I mean, this is this was published by you, wasn't it, Mark? You did it self-published? Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. And finally people stopped asking me, where can I get this? I don't see it on drive-through. Well, dummy, he took them out.
Can't get it no more. It's out of print.
Yeah.
Wizard Tower Games shop, Mark or Eric has a link down below.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can get the second edition.
Made
And I
it
encourage
easy
you
for
to
you.
Yeah.
And it's
By the way,
beautiful.
thanks
I've just
for
seen the
Jack for
cover.
being,
I like alternative. That'd be good.
But
Alternity?
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's a blast from the past.
Alternative, amazing engine.
Amazing engine. I had a few of those books.
Yeah, amazing. It was interesting. It didn't get the justice I thought it deserved.
Yeah. I like the supplement they give you where you can do like weekly world news type games where you're reporters on all this weird stuff. It almost comes out like Kolchak.
Yeah.
Oh, the Night Stalker.
Now that would be
there. The Mob versus Monster, very much influenced by that game.
Really? Oh, cool.
Very much so.
Yeah, Kolchak.
Elk of Antioch asks, can you buy just a PDF of Gangbusters? Yes, you can. Once it's released, a PDF will be available of it strictly. Yes.
Right now, these are pre-orders. Just the
pre-orders, but the pre-orders is you get the PDF with it. So there's a lot of value packed in with that. Right.
Yep. Absolutely. And I will be at North Texas running Gangbusters. I hope Don will be there running Gangbusters.
I will be there at your table playing it happily.
Well, I can't tell you. Oh, I was going to ask you about the adventure I was running. Never mind.
Oopsie.
When you get Mob versus Monsters, you'll have the Kolchak game. It'll be pretty much in there.
That'd be nice.
You'll see when you see the stuff, you're like, oh, I know what this is. When you start reading how things work.
Yeah. And the thing is I'm happy with you, Tenkar Glen. If you got a module or something you want to talk about, I'm happy to.
I was going to talk about the adventure I'm writing, but if you're going to play, I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't then. Maybe I should just sit back.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'm a whore for this type of stuff. Trust me. I admit it. I got the little 32 caliber pistol in my garter belt on the side of my leg. Straight up, man. I gotta play it the way I play it.
I've always thought that gamers, aside from D&D, because everybody does plays fantasy, that you always had like D&D and your own pet genre you can't always get to play or get people to play. This is one of them for me.
Really?
The other one is Pirates.
Pirates is one for me too.
Yeah.
Pirates for me too.
But I also have one big thing with me is sci-fi, which me and Scott Mulder is working on. We're working on a sci-fi game. So here's where that's at.
Great.
Yep.
I mean, you could use it in your roster.
Yes.
But anyway,
as a matter of fact, this is some of the weaponry behind it, the technical drawings that we're doing.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we got a lot of different weapons and rocket launchers and pistols and
Nice.
Oh, here's something funny. Well, not funny, but I went on the North Texas site.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one running. Somebody else is running Gangbusters too.
Yep.
There's a lot of classy people out there who know
Finally. And I'm also, if he's running the same time as I'm running, and it's like, I want to get in your game, dude. It's like he's running a baseball scenario.
Yep.
I think he based it on
That's
the
pretty
Black
good, too.
Sox or something. Yeah, and it's like, damn. Okay, whatever. Come play mine. I'll play yours. Whatever. But I think this is going to be a con for the books with Gangbusters and all this other stuff out there.
I like to see more of that, like 2 or 3 different games. Like people are like, oh, Gangbusters, I haven't seen that in whatever, and then they'll start picking it up, and people will see that.
I got 3 years ago.
Both are really looking forward to coming to it.
Oh,
there was about
great.
8 or 9 people that mentioned they're going to start running games.
2 or 3 years ago, Steve,
on the phone. It's pretty good.
2 or 3 years ago, Steve Perrin talked me into playing Boot Hill.
Wow.
Never played it before.
Okay, honestly, people, did you like that game? I can't get into it.
No, I don't know.
It was more of a miniatures game than it was.
Yeah, it was a Bloom thing, and I don't know what the hell he was thinking, trying to do this the way he did, because those gunfights, if you got a posse and you got the bad guys in a shack, it takes forever to resolve it. And I kept looking at Steve. It's like, are we ever going to get done with this? Could anybody hit anything?
Anybody?
I understood. Now I'm gonna say this. I understand why they made that game, and it should have been way more popular than it was. The only thing held it back was the mechanics.
Yeah.
But the concept of running it was absolutely spot on. The marketing should have been there, but it wasn't. The layout wasn't there, but it wasn't. Because if you think about it like this, in America, everybody knows what a cowboy is. I don't have to explain it. I don't have to break it down. I can say, hey, we're going to play Cowboys in this. We can break it, explain it. And everyone gets the concept, especially a new person.
Right.
I can take a new player, never explain it to them. I said, we're in the Old West. I don't have to describe anything. They know automatically got a vision in their head.
Cowboys, boom.
That should have been the instant thing. The gateway, as they say, the gateway drug should have been that game.
Yep.
But it was not sold as that.
Yep. Oh, but
I think it was put out just half-assed to Rush.
Yeah, and it was half-assed. Yeah.
I mean, D&D took off, and Brian Bloom and the Blooms are going, well, we want part of this action too. Let me write something. And that's what came out. By the way, Mark, sorry. Here's a supplement I wouldn't mind seeing for Tall Tales, a spaghetti Western supplement.
Oh, that'd be classic, man.
I'd love to run a spaghetti Western. That'd be so much fun.
I can say it. Because Tall Tales is basically, it's pure Western. There's no, it's a pure Western game. There's no mythical stuff, all that stuff.
I've never been able to figure out how to tweak it so you get that like spaghetti Western vibe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if you know better than I do, man, go for it.
Oh, I can do it. I can tell you, I can get you a little stuff for it. That's easy, fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But that's another thing that's great about it. That Tall Tales, you literally can take this book and add everything in it without even modifying it. It'll just slot right in.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing about it.
That's great. Well, boss.
Well, it might be the time.
I don't know. I've run out of questions. Anybody else got questions out there?
If we don't have any more questions, I'm going to remind folks, tenkars-tavern.games/gangbusters. It'll take you right to Wizard Tower Games, the page where you can get either the hardcover or you can get the discounted bundle I mean, by the way, limited edition.
And support us, people. Buy it, because starting tomorrow, we're having the adventure packs in there, and we're going to have some other goodies in there. You might want to grab them while you can, because the adventure packs are done. Remember I said 250? I did make one mistake. My apologies. The initial block of adventure packs will be 4 adventure packs. There's only going to be 100 of each, and they're done. The rest are all going to be 250, but the initial bulk release are going to be 100 each. So grab them while you can, because once they're done, they're done.
Right. So Joe Stone, that's kind of your answer on the adventure packs. More details. I'm excited.
Are you?
I am excited. I've watched this man, Mark, run games, and I've played in Glen's games, and I've heard the stories from the times from my great grandparents when I was little. So it's a classic setting, especially if you like to watch black and white movies from the era, because this was all about it. Yeah. I spent my summers in the Poconos watching WVIA, public TV, and they played a lot of classic movies, and I got to really embrace that era.
Yep.
That is great. Yeah.
Bob Nolly, Magic Van. The link is below. tenkars-tavern.games/gangbusters. It'll take you right to Don's store. You'll be there.
And real quick, Eric, you have seen my quality. We print good quality, by the way.
Oh, and also the hardcover, if you get that, it's going to be a limited edition up to 100. Once they're gone, they're gone. And Mark Akers, one of the original writers of Gangbusters, is going to write a forward for it. So
him and Tom
Gangbuster stuff in like 40 years. So you're going to be getting something that no one else is going to have.
Yep.
So there you go.
All right.
To own basically a bit of gaming history in the works. So,
by the way, Mark and Eric, Glenn and Eric, thank you very much for having us on.
Oh, please.
Hey, our pleasure.
Is the ground ball.
This is what we do. This is what he do.
This is what I
appreciate everyone that showed up.
But seriously, I mean, for you though, I mean, there's a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of people out there that are putting good stuff out. You know, thank you for choosing us.
Listen,
and I'm not trying to speak for Mark.
What other gaming live stream are you going to get 2 retired Leos? And I'm not saying I'm born in July, so I'm a Leo twice. But
I ain't no Leo.
Law enforcement.
You were city, and he was county. What, Mark? Were you county?
Yep. County.
And Greg, were you? Wait a minute, Glenn. You're ex-Leo?
No.
No.
No. Where else are you going to get?
I thought you meant astrology.
No.
Okay.
Two former cops retired, talking OSR gaming. You're not going to get it anywhere else but here.
That's right.
I learned a long time ago on the live stream, if the gaming talk starts waning on the Discord, I just ask Eric to tell one of his cop stories.
Agile Monk, real quick, Agile Monk, go to the link. There is actually a speakeasy package.
Yep.
It's called the Speakeasy Package.
There you go. You couldn't ask for more. You
asked for it. It's there.
All right, folks. Listen, there's a live stream tomorrow at 8 p.m. Rach and myself, Gamers Health. And Sunday, I haven't figured out the time yet, but there's going to be an Ask Me Anything. So if you are a member of the tavern, you'll be able to ask questions. I'll be giving away 5 memberships for free, and anybody can watch. So
this show is scheduled to come back on the 30th.
Okay.
But maybe we ought to delay it.
That's a fifth Friday. It's fifth Friday.
That's why I was going to say let's delay it a week and do it at the con.
We'll do it at the con because I'm not going to be with the other guys at the con. Yeah.
Sounds
like a plan.
And Don will be there. He can be on.
Oh my God, so much Don. you wouldn't know what to do with
You
it.
know, and
I will be
if he
there.
wants to hog tie Mark and put him in the trunk and take him too, we can have him there.
Hey, I'll strap him to the back, to the hood, wherever, man. We'll get y'all hooked up.
Yeah, that's a
I
fire.
got nothing to do with this one.
Yeah,
We don't
put
endorse.
it
We
on
do
the
not
top.
endorse tying retired law enforcement officers to the back of your
I
car.
might
Or
get
the
out of
window.
here.
Yeah,
Think
I can
about
see
it.
it.
Just saying.
I can see it now. They're driving down and he's tied on the roof. Says, "That's a funny looking deer he got."
Yep. Yep. Is this a scene from National Lampoon's Vacation?
Yeah.
What the hell? Folks, thank you so
Oh, we
much.
had too much fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
both.
you,
Thank
guys.
you. You guys are special. You
All right, folks.
All right, guys.
I'll catch
Good night,
you all
folks.
tomorrow. God bless. Be